China's foreign ministry has spoken out against the U.S.'s politicization of COVID-19 origin tracing. For more, let's bring in CGTN reporter Sun Ye. Sun Ye, what do you have for us today?
Well, Zhongshi, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian made it clear this afternoon that it's some in the U.S. that made the process of the tracing of the origin of the coronavirus a particularly troublesome and flawed process. Zhao Lijian said it's those U.S. actions that are actually making it difficult, and he said the U.S. are doing so in order to shift its own responsibilities by smearing others. He also called these U.S. actions a disgrace. Let's take a listen.
The United States has politicized the pandemic, stigmatized the virus, and instrumentalized source tracing in order to shift responsibility for an inadequate response to the pandemic and achieve the political purpose of discrediting and suppressing other countries. Its standards have been lying, smearing, and intimidation, with no respect for facts, science, or justice. This ugly page for the United States will surely go down in the history of humanity's fight against the pandemic.
Now, Zhao Lijian also says if the U.S. really wished to be transparent and responsible in the whole process, there are several things they could start doing right now. For one, Zhao suggests that U.S. could be publishing its own early case details. Those include the details of those cases that are found as early as in July 2019 in Wisconsin. Those are cases that are unidentified respiratory diseases, and he also said there are cases that happened in nursing homes nearby the Fort Detrick lab. He also suggested that the U.S. should be allowing and letting WHO experts to investigate that said Fort Detrick lab and about 200 biological labs outside of the U.S. because he said there are also cases that have similar symptoms to COVID-19 that have been found as early as 2019. Now, Zhao Lijian also suggested the U.S. should be also letting WHO experts investigate the lab in the University of North Carolina. He also said U.S. should be also disclosing and publishing the case details from military personnel who attended the 2019 World Military Games, and he said we should be able and we should know what happened to those athletes and personnel who got sick there. Now, in that long press conference, of course, the trace of the origin of the virus was a focal point, and the spokesperson also laid out evidence that put that theory of a lab leak in Wuhan as unlikely, extremely unlikely. And Zhao also said time and again emphasizing that China has been and will be working for a transparent, open, cooperative, and scientific investigation with the international community, but China will not, and he emphasized time and again, will not allow for lies and smearing about China.